The First Avenue Linear Park and Road Diet, an ambitious road improvement project in Upper Merion Township, received the 2024 Montgomery Award for multimodal design and planning, collaborative process, and innovative programming. This progressive project, which enhances an already vibrant King of Prussia District by incorporating open space, streetscape improvements, and amenities, exemplifies how a collaborative and context-sensitive site planning process can create an appealing destination for workers, residents, and visitors for years to come. Let's take a look.
So we're standing here in the Linear Park, which is a project that started in about 2012, 2013, as a concept that came out of our work with the Upper Merion Township on rezoning this business park.
This business park was previously more of a light industrial area, and then when we saw things that were developing, evolving in this area, we knew that it was important to change the zoning here. So the zoning was changed to a mixed use. It's now referred to as a KPMU zoning district.
When the King of Prussia District first started looking at the First Avenue corridor in an effort to try and transform it from predominantly an office-based corridor to more of a mixed-use facility, one of the big things that stuck out to the township at the time was whether or not this would be a good candidate for a road diet.
After an extensive evaluation of the impact on traffic conditions, the 4-lane section of First Avenue was converted to a 3-lane section consisting of one through lane in each direction with a center left turn lane to facilitate access to and from the many properties along the corridor. This modification enabled room to provide dedicated bicycle lanes on both sides of the roadway, as well as a mid-block pedestrian crosswalk with an actuated flashing warning device, more commonly referred to as a rectangular rapid flashing beacon, or RRFB, in the area of 935 First Avenue. Upon completion of the road diet, the new configuration resulted in reducing traffic speeds, providing additional pedestrian crossing areas, and more safely accommodating bicyclists on the roadway, as well as accommodating the existing bus stops.
So during the zoning process, we realized in working on this street that Upper Merion Township required a 50-foot setback for the buildings. And the committee that was working on the project at the time looked at that and said, you know, this is a perfect opportunity to change that 50 feet from what was then just grass, essentially, to something that would really be a great amenity for the employees and the companies and ultimately the residents that now live here in the business park.
When the linear park was first conceived, we really thought of it as a design for a park, and that's how we approached it. So when designing a park, you think of a path system that leads you to different outdoor rooms, and each of the rooms has a different function. So you might have a space similar to this one that has tables and chairs. It's near a parking lot, so you could have food trucks and sit here, eat your lunch. There's other outdoor rooms that have activities such as ping pong tables or bocce courts. There's other rooms that have flat spaces that can be programmed for outdoor events like movies or for yoga. So all of these different spaces are spaces that you might find in a park, and they're connected by a path system that goes along the roadway.
Brandywine was engaged with the business improvement districts regarding the project along First Avenue, the linear park. We were very excited to be involved because we've been an owner of real estate along this corridor for about 25 years. So as you walk along the linear park, there are many different stops along the way. One behind me is the Beehive, which is a nice way to engage with nature, as well as many chairs along the path. As you get a little further down the linear park, you have a ping pong table where there are events that take place, but you also just engage with a friend and play ping pong. But the most important part is the exercise you'll get as you walk along for a mile length up and down First Avenue.
So one of the interesting parts about this project is that all of the design and engineering funding came from the King of Prussia District. through our stakeholders and the generosity of the assessment fees that they pay. But 100% of the construction costs came from grants, state and county grants, some through federal funds.
This is a great location right in the heart of King of Prussia. The King of Prussia District had a vision over a decade ago about how to make Moore Park more pedestrian friendly, easier for the vehicles to travel, and just soften it for the whole experience of its visitors. I was happy to work with the district to help obtain several grants over the years, totaling over $5 billion to build almost 2 miles of the trail.
And moving forward with the additional projects that we're hoping to find funding for and we're going to continue to support, they're going to be connecting the trails to the Schuylkill River Trail, the Circuit Trail. There are so many great things happening here that I love. It's in my backyard and I'm going to be able to share with my daughter.
So one of the interesting things about this project and about working in Upper Merion Township in general is that property owners owned their property all the way up to the street, up to the back of the curb line here. And there's really very little public right-of-way. So a project like this took the generosity of every single one of these property owners on a 1.3 mile long stretch, both sides of the road, to agree to enter into easement agreements to allow us to build this, to construct this project, but then also to maintain this project and to do programming, which opened up their private properties to public use, which was really pretty remarkable.
Thank you for taking the time to learn about this exceptional project. If you want to learn more about this project or any of the other winners, please visit our website at montgomerycountypa.gov/planning.